So America's parking lot, literally I went to a tailgate in 2006, and I was taken to Gate 6, and I saw this thing that these guys do every game, and they had been doing for almost, more than 20 years at that point, and it blew me away. There's several hundred people out there, and I ate some of Cy's food, and I saw Tiger's pep rally, and I'd never seen anything like it. And I knew at that moment in 2006 that the stadium was going to be imploded and that the team was going to move. I mean, that was already being discussed. Everybody knew it. But these guys weren't necessarily, dealing with it. They didn't have a plan, but there wasn't necessarily a plan yet either. Like, no one knew where the stadium was going to be or what it was going to cost or, what the atmosphere was going to be like. So I felt like that was inherent conflict. And I approached these guys as that game was over, and I said, hey, can I come back with cameras? And literally both of them said, all right, but we're not changing anything. And I said, well, no, well, good. Don't change anything. That wouldn't be the point. And 5 years later, there was a movie. But, it took a long time. It took a long time for them to trust me, and, rightfully so. But I was out there 8 to 10 games a year for nearly 4 years, filming them, and then it took a little more than a year to edit and put together. But so I saw the movie as events began to unfold with what tickets were going to cost, and this advent of the PSL and the personal seat license attached to the tickets within the Dallas market. And then we began to see how much these tickets cost. It was historical, and that began to be weaved into the narrative of the story. So there's a lot of what I like to call aha moments in the film that I'm sure a lot of people don't know about. Just the economics of tailgating and of fandom in modern times, and it's really expensive. And some of those teams get public money too, so they're bilking the public twice. They're getting tax money, and they have these astronomical prices that they're charging. So I don't know how fair that is, and I don't have an answer for it. But I'm not saying that the NFL needs to be exposed by any means, but I don't know that people realize, because a lot of these packages are voted on by the local citizens of these markets where the teams are. But at the same time, I don't know that everyone, it's a conversation starter in a way, because I don't know that everyone who gives money to NFL teams knows the overall effect of the fan base and its future effect of the fan base. Because if you start creating any system that doesn't give to its base is failed to, is doomed to fail, right? So, if you create a system where a family can no longer go to a game, or you can't bring kids to a game, and they can't enjoy that environment because it's just not cost effective, right? What happens to that future fan base? Where do they go? If kids don't grow up in the stadium, are they going to go when they're adults? And so if that's the case, what happens to that franchise? Is it just going to be corporations that buy all these tickets because no one else can afford them? So on some level, I hope it's a wake-up call. I don't think this movie's going to change anything, but I hope it's a conversation starter.
As long as the corporations are buying tickets,
people. The fans will be around, but what you lose, and this is also a problem with the Cowboys. You lose home field advantage.
That's why teams like Green Bay have been so successful.
You're going to love this movie because Green Bay is a big part of America's parking lot. We go out there and we
that's why Green Bay, the fans are.
They own the team.
They own the team.
Yeah,
so, and the fans, they, all the seats are fans.
That's
It ain't a lot of corporate stuff going on in that stadium.
As far as I could find, there wasn't much at all.
Yeah.
And to Jeff's point, that America's parking lot goes to Green Bay and interviews those fans and talks about how the fans actually own the team, and that's an amazing environment. It'll make your hair stand up. It's very collegiate atmosphere. But that's kind of the movie's about a lot of things, but at the very least, it's pro-fan, and it's something that, it's fun, it's pro-fan, and I think it speaks to a larger theme of community and family that,
That's what it's all about.
That America could be more about. You know, I think it's gotten less that way, but absolutely, it should be about community and family. Because, you know, at the end of the day, that's all you have. That's it, man. So, America's parking lot is that for me. You know, it's even all the way to the title. So, but we go on VOD November 20th. We'll be on VOD for 60 days. We're gonna play. We play a few more cities in Texas throughout the end of the year, and we're gonna play Georgetown in January. So I look forward to seeing the wonderful Georgetown and the fans that come out to see the movie. So that's what we're doing.